ladies. How's it going?
Hey, how are you?
You know what? I'm doing pretty well this week.
Well, you
Be-
look really good. Y'all look
Better than
really good.
last week. Doing
You,
pretty well.
well, that is a really good thing. Better than last week. Things are just moving and shaking. I feel like I am better than last week because I was actually sick last week, but
Oh, wow.
yeah, I am better than last week too. And I'm just thankful. You know what I mean? I'm just thankful that the weather is cooling down.
Yeah, looks like we might have an early fall.
I will be, with the early fall bring an early winter. So I mean, look, but I love winter. I was just sitting there telling Keith the other day, you know that movie The Day After Tomorrow? It come on
Yes.
every single freaking day now on
Oh,
cable.
the,
Like
the,
every
the day
day.
after tomorrow?
Like when
the
the
day after
when the
tomorrow.
world froze up and all this
Oh, okay,
like
okay,
that.
okay.
Yeah.
Do you know I love to look at movies like that at night because I want to feel like I'm in a cold environment.
Well,
It puts
that one
me
is
right to
cold.
sleep. Yeah, it puts me right to sleep. So I don't know why I feel like that. Like I used to look at the original Twilight movie, and because it was
Okay.
like with the vampires and the wolves.
Okay, I never watched them.
Oh, you ain't.
Yeah,
I
me
read
either.
y'all never watched.
Never
No.
watched them.
I actually read the books first before I even watched
Okay.
it.
All right.
But it's all in, it's in Washington State, so you know the weather there. You see what I'm
Yes.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, and I used to fall asleep on it, and Keith was like, "If you turn the vampires in the water anymore,"
You can sleep.
because it was like a sleeping pill to me. But I don't know. I had these little isms that I just have to do, and I hope this leads into our topic because we are starting back, from our little hiatus, and we had a nice little break. So this topic is, I don't know who brought this to this topic, but the day when I kept on looking over it, I was like, I don't know. So the topic is, do you want to know everything far as details of infidelity? So somebody you was with, don't let, I'm just saying that not have
Right.
anything recent.
Right. Right.
Would you would have wanted to know? Let me rephrase that. Would you wanted to know every little intricate detail of it?
Hmm.
Well, I don't know about intricate details. I think there are some things that I would want to know.
Okay, be specific.
Um, yeah, so like if it was me, the first thing I want to know is did you protect yourself? That's
Dang,
a
that's
given.
yeah,
I
yeah.
I have to know if
That's
you
a health
protected
thing.
yourself,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So that's a health thing. And so that would be more, and I would expect an honest answer, right?
Absolutely.
No matter, I mean, it's all gut wrenching, but no matter what, I need to know that because that's going to tell me how I operate forever and for always in this relationship. I'm gonna just be perfectly honest from me, right?
Uh-huh.
Because if I forgive it, that's where we're gonna be. You know what I mean?
Right.
Whether you did or you didn't, that's where we're gonna be because my mind is gonna always wonder about that. I don't know about other details. Do I want to know when, how, I would want to know how often. Was this a relationship?
Really?
Was this a one-time thing, right? Um, yes, because again, how I operate from there is going to determine whether this can continue. I can forgive it eventually, but it's going to again determine how we move from forward. Does that for me that's how I see
No,
it.
I mean
So
I think you've got some valid points. Like,
You
yeah,
do.
but every single detail, all of that, no, because I am a researcher by nature. I am a researcher by profession.
so your ass
So
gonna find out anyway.
I'm gonna find out some things anyway. So I'm gonna know anyway because when I bring it to you, you better know that I got my receipt.
Oh
When I
God.
bring it to you, I already know. I already know.
Oh
So
Lord.
just you might as well go on and tell me what you feel you need to tell me, and let
Okay.
me say I don't want to know anymore. I'd rather have it that way than me to wonder and then got to pull all this other stuff from you, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, that makes a lot of
I'd
sense.
rather say, don't tell me anymore. This is enough than for me to have to keep coming back, be like, what? Well, what about this? And then, oh, well, now this don't make sense. And you know what I mean? I mean that.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Okay. Keisha.
All right. What I
Mhm.
want to know, you know what? I think that I would rather for you to tell me than I find out.
Yeah.
I think so. I think you would kind of know in your heart. I think you're gonna know.
Right.
You really
Absolutely.
are gonna
Yep.
know.
Yep.
And it just depends on if you want to dig a little deeper into that because you kind of have something in the back of your head. But I think I would rather for you to go ahead and tell me. And I guess my question would be, well, what happened? What was the thing did that happened in our relationship
Got you there.
that got you there?
Okay.
That would be it. And then, but you know what? To be real, relationships are messy.
Yes.
It happens more often than not.
It does.
Yes.
It just depends on what you're going to accept and what you won't.
Okay.
Yes.
Sometimes it happens because guess what? You might be with a person who is not a cheater, don't even have infidelity,
Mm-hmm.
but
Hmm.
they're inconsiderate. They are emotionally immature.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Um, they lack good communication.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
A lot of things can kind of separate you. And I know I'm kind of off the point because we're talking about knowing everything and it has to do with infidelity, but it's a lot of other things that could happen to kind of to break that person, break you up. And if you
Yeah.
have actually spoken to the person about this is what I need and it keeps getting ignored, then that's basically what's
Yeah.
going to happen.
Because infidelity is more than just sexual infidelity,
Yeah.
right? So yeah. So I get what you're saying. How
Okay.
about you, Kim? How
Yeah.
about you?
Well, I'm always the black sheep here. Okay.
Now you sound like Celeste.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not one for details because like kind of like what you said, Chauncey, um, and Keisha, I would have hoped that something would have touched your soul and you would have came and told me. But 90% of the time that does not happen. That's because
Right.
I done found your ass out. Okay? That's
Right.
one.
Right.
Well, because I done found you out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now I just have to know, um, I don't need to know the why because you already done did it. And there's nothing you can tell me, I'm gonna be honest, that I'm gonna believe. I'm gonna be honest. Because
Okay.
if you gaslight my ass and stuff try to make
Last
it look like
words.
I did something and made you
Yeah.
into somebody's ass, then we're not going to even have a chance of salvation. I'm just going
Right.
to so either I accept it or I don't. You know what I mean? Now,
Yes.
I'm just being honest with you because that's just
Right.
me. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't want to go into the weeds of it because if I go in the weeds, I can tell you we're gonna be like this. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? Because there's gonna be
Correct.
something that's gonna be like a no. We're not gonna make it because it's gonna be
Okay.
replaying constantly. You see what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's why I don't
Right.
want to go into the weeds of it. I don't.
Right.
So
Okay.
whatever you did and fell and tripped over there, don't come over here and gaslight me. And then number two, you better make sure you handle that forever. Because if it comes,
Right.
we
That part.
we done. We
Okay. That
done.
part. That part.
That's my feel on it. So,
Okay.
you
All right.
know,
No, I see that.
I'm
And
just being honest.
I because I think it kind of ties it ties into one of the questions we asked on the page one time about and would you confront the other person?
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
remember that.
yeah, yeah,
Remember that one?
Yeah.
So I think
yeah.
that got a lot of traction,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And some people were like, why, whatever. It's not about blame. It's like if you had the opportunity to
Mhm.
confront that other person,
Right.
not the person who was, your significant other,
Mm-hmm.
but the other person, would you?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just nothing physical, but would you confront them verbally?
And I would
And
say,
so,
don't do it to yourself
mhm,
because you're never going to have gratification. You see what I'm saying?
mhm,
Some people are mature and some people
mhm,
are not. You see what I'm
right.
And
Mhm,
some people bait you,
mhm,
into, okay. I may be this, and I'm gonna tell you because I've had this in the past life. I'm being honest with
Okay.
you. Some
Okay.
people, women, and I can't speak for men, will bait you. You see what I'm saying? So
Okay.
this is how I always feel and how I was always taught. I'm always going to make it look like I got the higher road than you. You're not going
Hmm.
to debate me, and we're not going to get into what he did, posted did, going to do for you, all this. We're not going to do that. And that's going to happen if you read up. You see what I'm saying? Because
Hmm.
it's like a leverage thing. You know, you think you this, but I had this. And do you really want that? Because guess what? If you getting into the weeds with that, get rid of that ass. I'm just saying, get rid of him. You see what I'm saying?
Well, see, I was different because if I had the opportunity and I saw her and I had the opportunity to verbally say something, I would say something.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily attack
Mm-mm.
because y'all know how I am with my words. I can do it without ever even raising my voice. So yeah, I would say something just because that's me, right? I don't have to be rah rah. I'm not the rah rah chick at any given time, even in my anger. But yeah, I would have some words.
But my
I
thing
would.
is, I know just what you're saying, Chauncey. The fear that I have
Hmm.
is what that person may say to me to trigger me. You see what I'm saying?
I see. Okay.
And because I'm not going to get into that with you because I'm just human and
Hmm.
I can when I get hot like fish grease, you don't want to meet that person. You see what I'm saying? So I don't really want to be I don't even want to meet this person. You see what I'm
Okay.
Hmm.
Now, would you, the question being, okay, if you if your relationship with your partner is, you broke up
saying? Okay.
and you see that person,
Uh-huh.
would you confront them versus if you decided to stay together and you see that person? Did I think does it make a difference? Would it make a difference?
Not to me. Nope.
And I now there is where I agree with you because I was in the mindset that I decided that I would continue in this relationship, and now just randomly I ran into the person, right? Because again, this depends on how much was shared with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before you said stop, I don't want to know anymore, right? Or whatever. So that's where it came from for me because they were connected for me.
Right.
So it's just like, okay, if I happen to run into that person, like I said, just randomly, I would say something. And so I couldn't see me not saying anything if given the opportunity. So I would take it.
I just say
But if I was no, but if I
you
was
ain't in that situation. I'm just saying you're
right,
not in that
but if
situation.
I'm no longer with that person, I wouldn't even bother.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't
I
bother.
wouldn't bother. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
I wouldn't
I wouldn't
bother.
bother. You know what I mean? Because sometimes people want you to bother. Like I'm not going to bother. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
I wouldn't even care if we broke up and you went over there to go back with that person. I'm done. You know what I mean?
exactly. Yeah, because once
It's
I'm done, I'm done.
done.
But
You can't
Keisha
come
made a
over
good
here.
point. Keisha
What?
made a good point because she said, and I don't know if that would be me, right? But you said you would want to know what in our relationship made you do that. And that's the one thing that I wouldn't ask because I wouldn't
Nope.
ask that. Only because I feel like it doesn't matter.
Okay.
What happened with us doesn't matter why you did that. They don't conflate. You can never give me a reason why
Mm-mm.
you did that. You chose to do it, period. Point blank, period. There is no because you, because we. There
No,
is
it's
none of
because
that.
of it's because of the person and what they feel
It's
inside,
because
not the
you
other
just,
brother. Yeah,
right.
That's
So
why I
that's
I
want
why I
to
get it.
be
wouldn't
set
ask
up
them.
for that one. You see what I'm saying?
Right. You
Because
see?
one little false move and you then turned the arrow to me. You see what I'm saying? Because
Yep.
you chose like, okay, I could be somebody that you just I'm not meeting your standards. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? Then we need to air that out. Not because you didn't cheat it now. We need to air this out because maybe we have to go to counseling. But you can't direct your incidents onto me because it's
Right.
never going to be accepted. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I didn't make you go over there and drop your drawers. You see what I'm saying? So you can go and say whatever you want. But I didn't do that. You see what I'm saying? I didn't do that.
Exactly.
I'm just being
Exactly.
honest.
And
So,
you put yourself in a position for it to happen. So
right,
then that
right.
already puts you that's where it ended, right? To put yourself in a position. Why? Because if it's the reverse and it's on us, all bets is off. Like it's
Mhm.
totally different.
Oh my God, let you
Totally
go ahead
different
over
for
there and
us.
try that stuff and see what happened. I'm just all right.
Oh
This
my
was a
God, I'm sorry. It just happened.
hey,
But
sorry will
did it
never
though?
be a deal. You be browbeat, dragged. for the next 10 years. You know what I mean? Oh my
You
God.
walking around with the scarlet letter on.
Exactly.
But what?
No, we're not doing that.
No, but what if it's somebody that you actually know that's a friend, maybe from church, or maybe somebody that you had you
Yeah.
closer to than just not knowing just a random stranger.
I don't know, but you better change your circle. I'm gonna just say that much. If you want to keep in it, you see what I'm saying? You're gonna have
Yeah.
to change your circle because I think that's it. I think that'll lead to another episode. Um, what the repercussions of this would be, because
Mm,
honestly, depending on who it is how hurt you will be. You see
yeah,
what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
I'm just being
It
honest.
could be.
So
That's what,
if
well,
you
and
the
that's why
church
I
member
asked.
or the ex a high school friend or something like that, that gonna run deep. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
I'm just being honest. Like if I found out you messed around with somebody you went to high school with, I don't know if I'm gonna forgive you. I'm
No, I'm talking about somebody that you know.
mhm.
You know,
Well,
not
that I think
you.
that's what she
You
meant.
know.
Somebody I went to high school with, right? If we didn't go
No,
to school with
somebody that's
someone.
close to you like now.
Yeah.
That you
Okay.
see on a regular basis.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, because we
Oh,
talked about this before,
we
because we had an
did.
example where it was a sister. I think the example, remember
Mhm.
we had some time back, we talked about a sister being with the spouse. And could you get over
That's just
that, right?
nastiness.
It is. It
That's just
is.
nastiness. I'm just
It
telling
is.
you, it's
It is.
nastiness, and that could crumble a whole family. I'm just being
Oh yeah.
honest. So get y'all lives together if y'all doing stuff like that, because that is, oh Lord, okay, all right. This was a good one because this is going to lead to other ones. I'm just being honest. This is going to lead to
Yes.
this has a lot of arms, but I think this was really good to the point. So maybe you can ask when people listen to this, ask yourself this own question, your questions that we're asking ourselves. Would you? You know what I mean?
Would you want to know all the
Would you?
details?
Like, would
Would
you?
you want to
Would
know?
you want to know
Hmm.
all the details? You know? So, all right. All right. I think this was a good one. All right. So,
Yeah.
all right. So, until we meet again, ladies. All right, though.
All right.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.